Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and be first to know about what we're up to. Okay, on the menu today, we're going to make a beautiful dal. This is our spicy lentils. Let me run through some ingredients. As you can see here, I've got some yellow split peas that I've cooked. I cooked them in some salt water. I've got some onion here. I'm using a red onion, use white if you want. I've chopped it fairly small. Here I've got some fresh curry leaves. Here's some fresh coriander. Here's some fresh chili. Here I've got equal parts chili powder, cumin powder and coriander powder. Just down here I've got about a heaped teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste. And over here, let me just grab that for you. I want you to see this. This is black mustard seeds, a couple of cloves and fennel seeds. If you don't have fennel seeds, you could use cumin seeds, which are, well, just as well in fact. Okay, so we're going to use some oil, a touch of salt maybe, although we did cook those in salt, so we'll check it out, and some water. Let's go. Okay, let's get started. So in a decent sized pan, this in fact is the same pot that I boiled my lentils in, we're going to add, I've got some oil in there which is nice and hot. In goes those black mustard seeds, our fennel seeds and that little bit of clove. They're going to pop, crackle, release all their fantastic flavours into this. As that's going on, in goes our chopped onion. And our garlic and ginger paste. Let's give that a mix. It already smells really nutty. Now let's go in with our fresh curry leaves. If you can get these, they make a huge difference. If not, try and get some dried ones. You can get them dried as well. Not exactly the same, but they're good enough. Add that cooking there now. We're going to add our powders. In they go. We've got our chili powder, our cumin powder, and our coriander powder. Let's just give that a nice little mix. Pop the lid on. Lower the heat a little bit. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, let's jump in and take a look now. That's fantastic, that's softening really nicely. Now we're going to go in with our cooked yellow split peas. And we're going to add water to this, but I actually just want to cook it for a little while first. So let's just cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes. On a low heat. I just want all those flavours to really get in there before we add any liquid. I'll be back then. Okay, let's jump in now. Let's steam out. Just a few minutes. I like just to, like I say, get all those spices really worked in. Now I'm going to put in some green chilli. One of them is red actually. But yeah, some green chilli in there. I mean, you add exactly how much you want. I like it fairly spicy. And now, I'm just going to go in with some cold water. Just enough to cover it there. We're going to come backwards and forwards with this now because it might thicken up too much. We might add a little bit more. That looks fantastic. Now I'm not going to add any salt to this just because when I cooked the peas, I cooked them with salt, so they're fairly salty already. I'm going to give it a taste at the end, but right now my feeling is no further added salt. That's entirely, again, down to your personal taste. Okay, lid off. I've got that on a kind of high heat now. Bring it to a little boil, then simmer it down. I'm going to cook this one for about 10 minutes. Okay, let me turn off the heat now. I As you can see, that's reduced down a little. This is exactly where I want it to be, the consistency for me. If you want it thicker than that, just cook it for a little bit longer and evaporate some of the water out of it. I mean, because this is so hot, it looks really thin, but as it cools down, it will actually thicken again. And if you left it overnight, it will just become one solid piece. Okay, final stage, you now go with loads of fresh coriander. A little mix. I've also got here a little bit of garam masala powder, just to finish it off, just a little tiny pinch there. Give that a little mix around. This is absolutely delicious with some naan bread, you know, a nice side with some other dishes. Entirely up to you how you eat it. It's vegetarian, it's vegan, it's delicious. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.